And it's 10 quick questions. First answer that comes off the top of your head.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what you guys come up with.
Is it one at a time, or should we
one at a time? Yeah, let's go. Sky will go first, James will go second.
Gotcha.
And then, but the only thing about this is the first question that I wrote down, I already know Sky's answer, but we'll see. So,
oh boy.
Number 1, name a video game people sleep on. So you've only played one. So let's just say NBA.
Yeah, I don't think people really sleep on it, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, so let's say
Beat
NBA.
Saber.
Okay, there we go. James?
Psychonauts.
Okay. Number 2.
You mean a game where people sleep? Cyberpunk, you can sleep in the game.
Yeah. No, a game that people don't give enough credit to.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay. Number 2. F, marry, kill. Miss Pac-Man, Princess Peach, Princess Zelda.
Miss Pac-Man, Princess Peach?
Yeah, Princess Peach.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And Zelda?
Yeah. Well, not Zelda the guy, Princess Zelda.
Hold on. Wait, not Zelda the guy? What is this?
Yeah. What kind of marry kill is this?
These are so hard.
Do you want to let James go first?
I can handle this.
Okay.
I feel like I mean, death is a little dramatic, but
video game death.
Miss Pac-Man you kill.
Right.
I feel like Peach you probably marry, and F, which I can only assume stands for have fun with, Princess Zelda.
Okay. Sky, you just want to say the same?
I'm just gonna like double that.
Say it's a safe same.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. There you go. Number 3. What secret conspiracy theory would you like to start?
I think that the Wrestling with the Week podcast is like, I want to start the conspiracy theory that every celebrity listens to it. It's like the go-to celebrity podcast. You know, when Bill Gates wakes up in the morning, when Hugh Jackman wakes up in the morning, they probably both meditate, but then as soon as they're done, they put on Wrestling with the Week.
Sky?
I'm so lousy at this. Same.
Okay. Number 4. Again, it's probably just for James. What's the best gamer tag you've ever seen?
The best gamer tag. Something that has like wolf and sniper and dragon. I once saw dragon snipe, which is pretty good. Dragon snipe is pretty good. Something that's just like a bunch of animals and jobs that have nothing to do with one another combined, and then a number that implies that was already taken, so someone had to add a number to it.
All right, I'm gonna make this one so Sky could do it. Sky, what's the best wrestling nickname that you wish you came up with?
Black Swagger.
Okay.
Like Jack Swagger.
Yes, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I wish I used that. That's my name.
All right, number 5. What's the weirdest thing a guest has ever done at your house?
Weirdest thing a guest has ever done at my house. Oh, I have a jacket. A friend of mine stayed with me, and I have his jacket hanging in my closet, and it's been there for, I kid you not, like a year and a half. Not just because of social isolation and everything like that, but long before that, we had the jacket for at least 8 or 9 months. Just, the next time he'd come, he would leave, never take the jacket. So now we have a whole hanger in our closet, and then the jacket remains there.
Obviously, way back before COVID, a buddy of mine threw a party. And at one point, we did like a Facebook invite, invited everybody. And then at one point, I see this picture pop up in the Facebook group of our party during the party. And there's like a picture of his bathroom door in his bedroom is just broken, and it's just hanging off the hinges, and we have no idea who did it. And then like maybe an hour later, another picture popped up in the group. This is all during the party, and the door is now completely off the hinges and laying on his bed, and it just said, "Who did this?" and we still to this day don't know who broke the door and removed it off its hinges.
That's awful.
Yeah,
that's awful.
Wild.
Okay. Number 6. Toilet paper. Over or under?
Over.
Over, but I would be remiss if I didn't talk about how bidets are the future. I'm not a caveman. I don't I don't live that way anymore. I am a bidet, and I'm proudly bidet strong. So thank you very much.
You have a bidet.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I should hope so after that put over.
Yeah, absolutely.
So has any guest of your house like wanted to use the bidet, or is it in your like main bedroom? Like
yeah, it's not. Well, I acquired it after all of this kind of happened, so we haven't had anyone over to use the bidet or whatever. But
okay,
I'm open to it.
I was gonna say, would that be a request? Like if someone came up to me like, James, it's a bidet moment. I need to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's there to be shared.
That's very kind.
Bidet moment. That's a good term.
That's very kind of you. Number 7. If you needed a bowl over a 200 to save your own life, could you do it?
Oof, bury me.
I feel like definitely not first or second game. If not first or second game, and I feel like there's a world where I could come close. I have bowled some pretty good games, and I hate the way scoring in bowling works, where it's like you think you're there and then you miss one pin and then your score goes from 500 to 2. But I think I could do it. If I didn't, though, I would argue that it was because the waxing on the lane was wrong. That's what I always do anytime I go bowling.
Can I do it with the bumpers up?
Oh, yeah, right.
Do you think you could get a 200 with the bumpers up?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I like
Still
how
pretty high.
I like how
got to hit strikes.
I like how it's a life or death moment, and James is like, "Come back to me on the third game."
Yeah, I just don't. You got to warm up. It's just not. Give me some time to warm up.
Hey, Angel of Death, come back on the third game. I'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8. What's the most ridiculous fact that you know?
Man, I wish I had these beforehand because I could really.
Sorry.
I feel like there's things.
That's
I'm
the
gonna
whole
think
fun
of
of
some
it.
great stuff later this afternoon. Like
Yeah. I'm going to be on the bidet and I'm going to go,
aha. Most ridiculous fact.
The most ridiculous fact. I mean, it would probably be some sort of movie detail or something about some stupid movie that no one cares about. I'll just say this, only because I saw it earlier today, that in The Passion of the Christ, the first person that drives a nail into Jesus's hand is Mel Gibson's hand, because he's a crazy person and he wanted that to be him.
Really?
There you go.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Come on, Sky. You got to have a wrestling fact.
I think the most ridiculous fact is that in the original Rocky film, Sylvester Stallone actually wanted to cast Tony Atlas as Apollo Creed before Carl Weathers.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, it's not true, but it is conspiracy theory I'm starting.
Oh, look at you.
Nice.
The callback. I like
Callback.
I like it.
I actually just remembered a better fact.
Okay.
Too. So the musical Cats, they're called Jellicle. They're called Jellicle Cats. And Jellicle is a made-up word that means dear little cats. There you go.
Interesting.
That's
no,
creepy.
it's not that interesting.
Yeah, I guess you're not. I guess it isn't.
You know what? I really can't wait. I can't wait till someone listens to this podcast and they start the Tony Atlas rumor.
Oh yeah.
And I see it somewhere else on like some other show. I can't wait. That's
Someone
great.
asks Sly
Bill
about
Gates.
it.
Well, Bill Gates is going to spread it once he listens to the podcast.
All the famous people. It's going to be
Big
oh my
listener.
god, it's going to be huge. Yeah. Number 9. How many times have you seen Mean Girls?
More than I can count.
Yes. James?
I've probably only seen it like twice.
Good for
in
you.
its entirety, like beginning to end.
I watched it twice on one flight once.
Wow.
Like back to back?
Oh yeah.
So it ended and you started it again.
I either did that or I watched another movie and then watched that again. It was a long flight. I think it was coming back from like the UK or something.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
dedication. That's
a good movie.
dedication to Mean Girls. And then number 10, what would be the creepiest thing you could say while passing a stranger on the street?
Mine would be watch or listen to Wrestling with the Week.
Creepiest thing you could say.
Subscribe to my
while passing
podcast.
a stranger on the street.
Have you guys ever heard the stories about Bill Murray and going up the street?
Oh yeah.
No.
So
What are the stories?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Bill Murray would go up to strangers on the street, go behind them and put his hands over their eyes. And they would like turn around to see who the hell this person was. And it's Bill Murray. And he would go, no one's ever gonna believe you.
Mhm.
And
That's a true story.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that.
The thing is, it
Yeah, I
only
wish
works
I
if
was
you're Bill
famous
Murray.
enough to do stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, if I did that, it's not the same. It's a very different take on the situation.
I would end up filming Wrestling with the Week with a black eye. Well, especially in this era too. Get your hands off me, man.
Yeah.
I feel like any of the facts that we brought up could be a strange thing to say to somebody on the street.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think the strangest thing I could say to someone on the street would be that. Is go up and cover their eyes and then tell you, nobody's ever gonna believe you. It's like, who the hell are you, man? What the hell?
I wouldn't know what to tell them.
Yeah. That's like that good old, like when someone's at the urinal next to you and you say, nice watch.
Oh, oh God. That would be awful. Oh.
Yeah. Someone sitting next to you on the bidet.
One of my all right. So after I share my favorite urinal one, James, we're gonna get your favorite urinal joke. But my favorite urinal joke is if you go to a bar and you have change in your pocket, you take the change and you run it underwater, and then you go out back to your friends and you hand them the wet change, and you'd be like, "Is anything wrong with this quarter?" And they're like, "No, it's just a little wet." And you'd be like, "Okay, because I found it in the urinal. I just want to make sure." And watch them freak out. James, do you have any urinal jokes?
Yeah.
The only thing I could come up with is that you say to the person next to you, does your urinal feel big as well? Or is it just big?
All right.
I feel like saying anything at a urinal would be worse than going up to someone.
kind of opening your mouth is basically
just turning over. I feel like urinals should have the walls just going straight up. Like, why do they stop? Why do they stop here? Like,
physically distanced, urinals. Yeah.
Who needs to look at each other at a urinal?
Yeah, that's true. Like, who's having that? Like, what conversation is that interesting?
I don't know why that seems like a faulty thing that someone designed years ago that they just never changed. So
yeah.
Well, we're going to end with urinal talk, which it's been great. So let's plug it one more time. Let's talk about the show and where everybody can find it and where everybody can find you guys.
Subscribe on all of the major podcast platforms. Make sure you follow the Instagram page, WWTWPOD, Wrestling with the Week Pod. And yeah, I think you can catch us on YouTube, on the AEW YouTube and the Rooster Teeth YouTube page.